I wanted to, before break, real quick, get to a question, and to some, maybe it's a basic question, but I think it's not really to many people. And they want to know, is the Church of Christ a denomination?
Mm.
And man, what a powerful question, because in our mind, in society today, people are so familiar with denominationalism to the point they think it's biblical.
Yes.
And so to give it a simple answer real quick, and that's one of those things we want to try and do, is the Church of Christ a denomination? Certainly, churches of Christ are referred to in Romans chapter 16, verse 16. The churches of Christ salute you. But what I would argue is that it's not a denomination, because by the name itself, it's identifying as being belonging to Christ. And the Church of Christ, the church belonging to him, is his body, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 22 and following. And so is it a denomination? No, because we don't even read of denominationalism in the New Testament.
Not at all. In fact, the Bible teaches against denominating, in that meaning splitting, to divide up the body, because that's what you do.
1 Corinthians chapter 1.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians chapter 1. I plead with you, brethren, by the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, that you all speak the same thing, and that there be no divisions among you, but that you be perfectly joined together in the same mind, in the same judgment. Now listen to it. In the same mind means that you're teaching the same thing. You all think the same thing. That's the problem with denominationalism, is that you go down the street to one of them, and they're going to teach that, for example, baptism is by, say, sprinkling. Another one, you go down the street, and they don't even teach baptism necessary for salvation. And that's just one topic. And over and over and over, you see this. And that is not what the scriptures say. Now, there's another one that people throw in, they like to say, and is it non-denominational? Well, that's become a denomination in and of itself.
Yeah. They're saying non-denominational, but I can't think of the term, Ray. I've used it with you before. My cousin David used it. It's not that it's non-denominational, but it's more of a multi-denominational, and that they are accepting of denominationalism, saying, well, we're not going to make a distinction. We're just going to all call ourselves Christians, and you can believe one thing and somebody else can believe another.
Your truth is my truth. Your truth is your truth. My truth is my truth.
Yeah. And so the idea of denominationalism is that we are not a denomination. We are called to be a part of the body of Jesus Christ, that church, and it's spoken of in singular fashion. Now, somebody could say Romans 16:16 says the churches of Christ. What is that? Those are those congregations that make up the church, but we're called to be one in the body of Jesus Christ. Ephesians chapter 4. We're to have unity, 1 Corinthians chapter 1, and even calling ourselves. Does it matter what we call ourselves after?
No, actually, as long as it's in the scriptures.
Well, as long as it's in the scriptures, but it does in the sense of by what name. That what about in 1 Corinthians chapter 1, where it talks about the apostle Paul? Some wanted to call themselves after him. We were on two different wavelengths there, but some wanted to call themselves after Apollos, some after Cephas, and Paul's example and what his answer to them is, Jesus died for you. We didn't die for you. So why call yourself after a man?
Yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 3, he even goes on to say, who is Paul, who is Apollos, but ministers through whom you believed. And he goes on to say that they're just ministers. I heard a great description of what the Church of Christ is. So the question is the Church of Christ a denomination? No, the Church of Christ is not a denomination. In fact, we are pre-denominational.
Ooh, I like that one. Pre-denominational. It existed before any denomination could.
That's exactly right.
Oh, I like that. I don't know that I have read or heard that before. So I really do like that.